Hi again, BookTube. It's Laura. I am back with another video. It feels like it has been forever since I have filmed one of these, but it really has only been, I don't know, like a week. Because last time I filmed a BookTube video, it was in preparations for the Book Buddy-a-thon readathon that was going on, or about to be going on, and now we are about halfway through it. It started on the 7th, which was Monday, and it's going through the 13th, and today's the 10th. So yeah, this is about as close as it gets to being right in the middle. I just wanted to update you guys on how I'm doing with the readathon and the books I've read so far, what I think. So it's kind of like a mini mid-session wrap-up. So here's an update on my reading status. Read the book your buddy chose for you out of 3 books. That was the challenge that I went with first. So I read The Infinite Moment of Us by Lauren Miracle. It is a young adult contemporary romance type story, and I actually read this in less than 12 hours, and that also includes all of my sleep that I got that night. I don't know. I read this really fast. It was so good, and it seriously took me back when I was 18 and I had just started my relationship that I'm still in now, and she hits the nail on the head when it comes to describing your feelings for first love and the beginning of love and falling into it and all of the self-doubt and self-consciousness, but also learning to be confident in yourself because of the love of someone else. And I don't know, she got it. I mean, I was crying it multiple times. I texted my boyfriend. I was like, I thought this exact sentence, like, this is it. So because it brought me down memory lane and it was so vivid, bringing back those feelings, and I liked the characters and I liked the story, I gave this book a 5 out of 5 stars. I thought it did just what it was supposed to do and even went above and beyond that. So this was my first book for the Book Buddy-a-thon readathon. The second book that I read this week was for the Buddy Read-Along Challenge, and Shreya and I read it together, and that was Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children by Ransom Riggs. It was so good. I loved it. The pictures, even the feel of the paper, everything about this book was great. I have to say that it did take a little while for the action to set in, but Riggs did an amazing job creating a scene and a setting and kind of putting you in the right mood for when the action did happen. So I understand why that happened. I also now understand that he was able to do so because it's a trilogy. And when I started this book, even when I bought this book, I had no idea it was a trilogy. I didn't know that the 3rd book was just coming out in like 12 days. So I'm definitely going to have to get on to Hollow City in the next, I'll probably end up reading it in the next week or so I can read, what is it, Library of Souls? I can't remember. But I'm going to have to start reading the 2nd book soon so I can read the 3rd book when it comes out in just a few days. I give this a 4.5 stars just because it did drag on for a while getting into the action and getting exciting. But like I said, with it being a trilogy, it makes much more sense why that would happen. And now I know that there's a lot more action to come in the next book, and I am very excited. So I also finished this book in a day. Yeah, it was just about a day. I really enjoyed it, and it's a faster read than it looks because there's so many pictures in here, and a lot of the pages are kind of they end halfway down the page just because at that point there needs to be a picture or 3. So it's faster than it actually looks like it would be, even though there is small font in there. But I read that in a day as well. So like I said, I gave this a 4.5. I believe Shreya, who also really enjoyed it, gave it a 4. We are both looking forward to the next book. We are a little kind of leery about the fact that there's a movie that's about to be made. I'm super pumped about it, but at the same time, it has to be like top-notch level for it to compete with the world that my imagination put together, along with the pictures and the story in these pages. I mean, it's gonna have to be really good, a good movie. I don't know, we'll see. I'm definitely gonna go see it. And next up on my list, I haven't completed this book, but I am about, I think, a third of the way done, and that is Codename Verity by, I'm not even going to try because I tried in my other two and I look stupid. Elizabeth, I'm trying. Codename Verity. That's the book that I am reading now. This is a book that I picked for the readathon because Shreya gave it 5 stars, and I had just bought it, so it just worked out perfectly. And I love that I've read kind of a fantasy, a young adult contemporary, and now I've got a young adult historical fiction. So I've kind of run the gamut on genres for this book buddy-a-thon, readathon, and that I think is helping me big time staying interested in the books that I'm reading. So yeah, I'm about a third of the way done. I plan on finishing this tomorrow, and I am really enjoying this. I think I would enjoy it more if I understood a little bit more of what was going on. Obviously, I understand that she's, being held by Nazis and it's World War II and the general things, but there's a lot of aircraft talk and talk about the British role in World War II, and just being an American, I did not learn as much about the British role in World War II as I did about the American role in World War II, which is kind of a bummer, but I'm learning some as I read along, and as I read along and I find something I don't really understand, I look it up, and it helps me understand. So it's like a history lesson and a wonderful book all in one. I will let you guys know what I think about this book in my final wrap-up since I am not done, but I have high hopes for the next 2/3 of it. And then on top of all of my books that I have read that you just saw, I wanted to update you on Shreya because she doesn't have a channel. She has an Instagram, which I will again link down below, but I wanted to make sure you guys all knew how my buddy was doing. She read Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children, as you know, because that was our buddy read for the readathon, and she gave that 4 stars. As I said before, she really enjoyed it as well and is looking forward to the next book. The second book that she has completed is Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secrets of the Universe, and that one she chose because it had my favorite color on it, like a turquoisey, bluish green, and if you see the cover of that book, it is just gorgeous. It's beautiful. And she gave it a 4.5 stars. She said she really enjoyed the read. It was heartwarming and beautiful, and she recommends it. So I am definitely going to have to pick that up next time I am at a bookstore. I, of course, will update you on the rest of her week when I do my wrap-up video for the entire readathon. But for now, that is all we have, and good luck to everyone else who's still doing the readathon. May you have fun reading all of those pages ahead of you, and I hope you have enjoyed your days thus far, just as we have. I'll see you guys another day. Bye.